Maybe the problem isn't that you want more. Maybe you've outgrown what you've built. Welcome to Now What, a bold, honest podcast about reinvention in midlife where inspiration meets real life humor. I'm Melis, and if you felt the shift and wondered what's next, you're not behind. You're just getting started. Here, we laugh, we go there, and you will leave thinking, okay, I can do this. Because midlife isn't a crisis, it's a plot twist. Let's go. Hello, squad. It's your girl, Melis, and I'm coming at you today with a solo episode. It's going to be brief, but it's going to be powerful. But first, this episode is dedicated to my amazing daughter, Devin Grace Rose Murphy, which today is her actual 17th birthday. She is the youngest of three and the cherry on top, being the brave solo girl with two older brothers. And it's just been the best day ever. And Devin, I love you. So, okay, squad. This is going to be a big year for us. So pull up a chair and buckle up. I need to say something that might make some people uncomfortable. But I know I'm not the only one feeling it. So, you know me, I got some hefty big lungs. And I'm going to just say it. Because honestly, you guys, this is the season of disruption. Especially when it comes to what midlife is supposed to look like. What the media has told us it should look like. What the fitness industry, like we're basically just done. We're basically 1 foot in the grave. So, squad, we're going to disrupt this whole farcical, is that even a word? That's from like a movie. This whole terrible narrative that we have been told our whole lives because we've been handed this idea that midlife is where you slow down, you settle, and you just be grateful for what you have. But what if that's not the truth? Because you can have a really good life, like myself. I have a family I love. I have my podcast that I adore. You know, on paper, everything is great, but still something is missing. And I still feel restless, and I still feel like I want more. And we have been told along the way that wanting more means we're ungrateful. But what if that feeling isn't a problem? What if it's a signal? What if feeling restless and I'm going to say it, bored or, not wanted anymore, not needed anymore is just the signal we need to, and I'm talking about pivoting. Pivot's a big theme this year, squad. You know it. It's all about pivoting no matter what age we are. We heard from Elle Castleman the last 2 weeks. Pivot at any age. In which I hope you guys did send out that episode to your kids because she is proof you're never too young to pivot. Well, within safety, of course. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. I don't have to caveat the shiz out of what I'm saying. But why can't you pivot? Why can't you pivot at 90? Why can't you pivot at 19? You know what? You can. Your girl here, Melis, is telling you you can. So, here's the truth. Life looks good on paper, right? For a lot of us, if we have kids, we're getting them through high school, into college. If that's their course, graduating. Okay, we go from parent to coach. Yes, we're grateful. Yes, we have a great life. But why are we not allowed to feel restless? Just because, why are we nervous to say, I feel off? Family's healthy, kids are healthy. Yes, wonderful, grateful. But I want more. I feel like there's a guilt for, the pressure of I should be happy. I should be fulfilled because all these things check the boxes. You start comparing yourself to others. You have this internal conflict. So this is where we are going to disrupt this vibe, disrupt this narrative. We are going to reframing it. Wanting more is not a problem. It is growth. It is expansion. It is evolution. Okay? I'm going to say that one more time. Wanting more is not a problem. It's growth. It's expansion. It's evolution. Maybe the problem isn't that you want more. Maybe you've outgrown what you built. Let that sink in for a second. It's not wrong. It's not, you shouldn't put any shame to it. At the time, it was fabulous. And maybe we've just outgrown it. Boom. Right? I mean, I'm telling you guys, this is one of the biggest lessons I learned last year in my bodybuilding process and continue to learn this year. Yes, your girl's competing again in November, as you all know. It really is the process of doing things outside your comfort zone, pushing yourself to do things that you didn't think were possible. Can weights in a weight room give you that? Yeah, it can. I'm telling you it can. But whatever your goal is, like, would I think I'm here today, being able to, I don't even know what I leg press right now, but last year at this time is now my easy day. Whereas last year it was like, oh my gosh, I had hit a PR, right? So you continue to build, you continue to grow. And that's where the beauty is. Where you start today, if you can a year from now look back and be like, oh, that place in my life last year, it was so scary. It was so unknown. That was the hard. Just think, whatever you're working on today, it could be anything. Next year at this time, that may be your, like, oh my gosh, that's my jumping off point now. Am I making sense here? Like, it's exciting. It's exciting. I'm all pumped up. So this is where the activation begins. You're not stuck. You're evolving. You're not done. Squad, disrupt this midlife thing that we are done. The kids are grown and flown. That means we're done. No. We are going to disrupt, and we're going to do it loudly, right? Which is my wheelhouse. You know what? Instead of hiding it, sometimes I believe it or not, sometimes I go through phases of like, you're so loud, you're so loud. You know what? Yeah, I'm effing loud. And you know what? You don't like it? Then move along. Embrace it. Okay? We're going to do this loudly. We're going to do it joyfully. We're going to do it. We're going to mess up. We're going to fall down. But you know what? We're going to keep trying, and we're going to keep pushing the envelope, and we're going to find that thing that lights our soul on fire. And if you've already found it, fantastic. Dream bigger, right? Blow it up. Blow it up in a good way, I mean. Don't self-sabotage. Don't mean that. Okay? But embrace the thing that maybe sometimes people comment on you the most, that may not be the most positive. Yeah, you know what? I'm loud. Just wait. Just friggin' wait. So this is the theme this year. This is what I just wanted to do, a check-in this week. We've had a lot of amazing guests, but I just wanted to let you know what we're doing this year, squad. And you're jumping on board. So midlife, it equals expansion. It does not equal shrinking. It does not equal settling. So I want you to really take these messages to heart. Reflect back in your own life. Where is it that you just feel kind of blah or bored? Can you make that more exciting, or do the thing you've always wanted to do? You want to start a garden? Start that garden. That is not on my list. I am not a green thumb. Surprise, surprise. But you know what? What is that one thing? I always say this, take that art class, take that dance class, take that acting class. Go teach something yourself. I don't know. Look back at when someone had me do this exercise. When you were growing up, as a little kid, what did you like to play? My friends and I would put on shows. Well, surprise, surprise. Why do you think your girl, has so much fun doing a podcast? I do have it on my thing. I might take an acting class. I loved acting class. I loved it. My mom said once I took, believe it, your girl was painfully shy, and I took an acting class in 5th grade, and voila. I never stopped talking since. You know what? Why don't I go back and do that? It actually is on the list. So, squad, this is your to-do list for this week, and I want you to DM me. I want you to put it in the comments. What is the one thing you must take action? Just one thing you're going to do the second you listen to this episode. If it's like you want to start a garden, research how to do that. I'm not saying go build a garden in one day, but you're going to do one thing today towards that goal. And guess what? You're going to work on it again the next day and the next day, because whatever your goal is, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's a work project, no matter what it is, a home project, it's all about consistency. But pick something that will bring you joy and excitement, and don't worry about embarrassment or what will people think. Again, if your girl Melis can strut on stage in 5-inch heels where I'm already 5'10" and I'm changing my shoes this year, that's a whole other situation. In less than a yard of material, you can do that big goal. Believe me. And if you're nervous, reach out to me. I'm your ultimate hype girl. I've got you. Okay? So I want to see in the comments what it is you are going to work towards that lights your soul on fire. So before I sign off, I told you this was going to be a quickie this week. I want you to think of these things. Wanting more does not make you ungrateful for what you already have. You can love your life and still outgrow it. Two things can be true at the same time. I'm really working on that. It's not either or. Yes, this was great, but guess what? Now, for that time, that was great, but it's not working for me now. Two things can be true. We are not done. Okay? We are not done, squad. And midlife is where we expand. It's where we're going to disrupt, and it's where we expand. No matter what we've done in our past, no matter what we think we're doing tomorrow, today we own the thought and the vibe and the feeling that midlife is where we expand. Boom. Okay, squad. That's it for this week. I want to see those comments. I want to see those messages. And just wait. More guests. More. It is the year of disruption. And we're doing it loudly and joyfully. And let's just crush it. I love you, squad. Share with a friend. We've got this. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye. And that's it for this week. If this episode made you laugh, nod, or think, oh my God, same, hit follow, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs it. You're not done. You're just getting started. So go take up space, fully, loudly, joyfully. And remember, midlife isn't a crisis. It's a plot twist. See you next time on Now What?